May brings Mother's Day, and it also represents Mental Health Awareness Month. We know mothers are often the primary caregivers in their families, but don't always take the time to take care of themselves.
Dr. Beatrice Medina from Sinai Chicago joins us to talk about getting moms mental health help when they need it. Thank you so much, because this is a very important subject. I would have to say moms are on the front lines for everyone else. How do they know, okay, it's time for me to step aside and get some help for myself?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's very true. Moms are oftentimes the ones that are on the front lines taking care of everyone else. And because they're taking care of everyone else, they oftentimes miss some of the things that might be popping up for them. So I would say some of the things to look out for, in terms of your mental health is a shift from your baseline. I mean, it's already a shift from your baseline being a parent, but also just the baseline of being a parent, a shift in your mood, a shift in your energy, noticing that you're maybe starting to lose interest in the things that you once found interesting, crying spells, maybe not being able to take care of yourself in terms of hygiene, your diet, your sleep, things of that nature. So there's physical as well as emotional markers that we kind of tend to look out for. But those are just some of the key things.
But also, when you say turning to other substances as well, that's also a big key?
Yes, that's also something that we look for, is that sometimes, an increased use of alcohol or other substances to kind of just try to mellow out, right? That would be also another sign as well. Yeah.
And if you start to notice one of those warning signs, either in yourself or maybe someone who is a loved one, what are next steps? So many people are just not sure what to do in this space, because mental health is still, while it's an important issue and something that we're talking about now, it's not talked about enough. Yeah,
there's always help out there. That's one of the key things that I do want to communicate to everyone, is there's always help. I would say, we have really great programs at Sinai in of itself. We have our Center for Substance Recovery. We have our inpatient and outpatient clinics as well. We have Under the Rainbow, which is where I work, where we treat children, adolescents, and families, and that includes mothers as well. And so, we do have these different areas that we can send moms or their loved ones as well, so that they can get the help that they need, including also medication as well. And then there's tons of other hotlines like SAMHSA, NAMI, right, that are just more federal or national wide known resources that are out there as well.
What can you say to someone who may be afraid or ashamed to go get help? What's something that you can say to them that might reassure them that this is okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the big struggle, especially for moms, is asking for help. And because there's just so much pressure on us to do everything and do everything right.
Or to say, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can handle it. I can do it all, right? The truth of the matter is that might be sustainable short term, but in the long run, there will be some kind of impact on people's lives. And so asking for help is not a bad thing. It is not a shameful thing. It is something that is highly encouraged, because we all need help in different ways. And seeking out mental health support is just one of those ways.
You have a 4-step process for addressing mental health. Can you just quickly kind of walk us through pause, process, identify, and seek help?
Yeah, so this is kind of a little formula that we give out to folks in our community in terms of when you're going through a hard thing, really take the time to really acknowledge what's going on, right? Realize I might be going through something, and then figure out, how do I want to process? Not everyone is going to seek professional help, but not everyone is also going to seek self-help. And then identify who is around me, who are those folks that can help me process this or seek the help that I need, and not to be afraid to seek that professional help if needed as well.
Have to do it. You have to think about yourself, like they say when you're on that airplane and the face mask drop down, put it on yourself first and then tend to everybody else.
That is an excellent example, because they even say, right, before you even assist your own children, put that mask on yourself, because otherwise you're not going to be helpful to anybody else.
Yeah. Dr. Medina, thank you so much for coming in. Sinai Chicago offers a range of comprehensive behavioral health programs, including one for substance recovery and one specifically for moms.